I'm thinking about switching from a full-time sales job into being management. What do I need to know? What should I look at? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. It's November 5th, 2017, 10:16 in the morning. Perfect day to talk about sales, and a perfect day to talk about what happens when you switch from being a salesperson into being management and why it can create some problems. Here's the thing. If you switch positions, it's going to turn against you as a salesperson and the relationships that you had against the people that you were friends with. Because now you're not just like peers, now you're above that person. And now you have to point out all their flaws, and now you have to point out all their weaknesses, and now you have to worry about what's fair and what's unfair, and the things that you say and how you hurt feelings. Whereas before, when you were friends, like you weren't button heads, it wasn't a problem, it wasn't an issue. I'm going to promise you, you switch into management, it's going to be, you're going to lose friends, you're going to have people that you thought that you were friends are going to stab you in the back. There's going to be people who you thought weren't your friends that are your friends, right? And you just got to know that dealing with employees is adult daycare. And dealing, even for me in the front of a room, when a company comes to hire me and says, hey, Scott, we want you to come train our guys, a lot of times I spend adult daycaring and telling people how to be an adult. Show up on time, answer the questions, do this, do this. And it's unfortunate. It's not fair. It's not right. But here's the thing, you're accepting that position of being in management. You're accepting telling somebody that they're not good at what they do. You're accepting to give them critiques. You're accepting that you're going to have people say that they don't like you. You're going to have to accept people stabbing you in the back. And you're going to look at it and go, wait, what did I get myself into? I never thought of this. I never considered that this guy over here that was my friend that I used to go to dinner with once a week no longer likes me. And that, our wives are friends and they no longer like each other, You do get in the way of relationships when you hit management. You also are like, this person that I didn't like as a manager, all of a sudden I do like them because I understand where they're coming from now. Your perspective is going to shift. But know that there are times where, employees are going to look at it as you, like you versus them. It's always going to be you versus them because you're never on their side. And they may try to guilt trip you and say, well, you guys, all of you managers do this, right? I'm going to let you know the people who are the biggest whiners and the biggest complainers, for the most part, are the people who don't put in the work, energy, or effort. And, that person may have been your friend in the beginning. Now you got to address it. Now you're going to have to either write them up or fire them. And, I've seen a lot of managers struggle with people that were their good friends that they have to end up firing because they couldn't do their job. They weren't capable of doing their job. And the manager that was in front of them got fired because he couldn't manage the people to tell them that they couldn't do their job, right? So now the new manager's got to stick in or walk in and take things up. So there are a lot of elements that things get thrown into your lap that you may not have thought of, and losing friends is one of them, and losing coworkers is one of them, and having to fire people is one of them, and having to fire people under unhappy circumstances. Like, it could be your best friend during the holidays and they're like, you got to get rid of them, right? It could be your best friend who just had a kid. You got to get rid of them. And it's not fair. It's not right. It's just one of those things that, the more higher up you get into management, sometimes the more you got to be more of a robot and just look at stuff and say it's black and white and this is how it goes. It's the way that some management chains work. That's the way that some companies work. That's the way that some people want you to be a manager. So it's one of the things that you're going to have to take a look at. If you're a salesperson and you're looking around in a room and you're like, hey, I couldn't fire that guy, or that guy, and they're not doing their job, and now you're a sales manager, guess what? That's what you're going to have to do, okay? So you're going to lose friends, and it is going to be an us versus them situation. It's you as the management team versus the salespeople or the staff, and it could create some problems. So that's what you need to know. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not? Even LinkedIn. Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.